The black helicopter crowd notion.
Tyranny's always lurking just around the corner. They've been crazy, but now they're right.
Black helicopter crowd really is upset.
The people are stupid and they're drunk. There'll be a revolution and they're going to lose. There are too many guns and too many people ready to fight them. I am a man of peace, but we have gangsters running this country. Criminals, gangsters.
We're normal. We see total criminal takeover, the death of freedom.
It is the most corrupt, degenerate, criminal government in American history. I'm trying to awaken people, but look at the morons around you. They're zombies.
You're listening to the WBHN-New Jersey podcast. And now here's your host.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the WBHN podcast. I am your host, President Zen-1, and this is episode number 103. For first-time listeners, the WBHN podcast, aka Black Helicopter News, is an independent media operation based out of New Jersey, broadcasting worldwide from our Jersey Shore Command Center, where we discuss current events, society and culture, the paranormal, and we have guests, offbeat topics, and much, much more. So share this podcast with family, friends, and loved ones. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. Now, we've got a jam-packed episode for you today, folks. I've got a stack of news here in front of me at the news desk to get to. Here's just some of the headlines. YouTuber found guilty of being grossly offensive for teaching a pug to Nazi salute. In the U.S. military making lasers that create voices out of thin air. Man cracks strange coded voicemail he got, and it's deeply disturbing. And later on, we have a special report, mind control through the airwaves. All that and much more coming up next. But before we get started, I just have a few quick announcements to make. For starters, the podcast has turned 3 years old as of March 22nd, 2018. So here we are. Cheers to 3 years, and here's to many more. Also, the Twitch stream's up and running at twitch.tv/Real President Zen-1. Lately, I've been streaming Fortnite on PS4 a few nights during the week and on weekends, so follow the channel to get a notification when we go live. So that little cross-promotion campaign with the Tribulation Saints podcast network that I mentioned in the last 2 episodes, well, now that's led to a major cross-promotion campaign with a brand new startup internet radio station, 97.9 Powercast, your station for talk shows and podcasts, where we air new episodes every week. Here's just a short list of some of the shows on the station. Check it out. The Filmmakers Podcast, where every Tuesday they bring you a new episode and discussion on the craft of making films. On Fridays, you can check out The Smackdown Show, hosted by Titan and Wild Bill, who discuss current events, politics, and more. Also on Fridays, Cop and Crew, No Holds Barred Morning Show, hosted by Eric Koppelman and Company, bringing you the #1 morning show in Long Island. Mystic Mona hosts Psychic View on Sundays and takes calls from listeners who can ask her one specific question. And also on Sundays, Finally Alive Radio, hosted by Gary Aris, who discusses topics ranging from theology to psychology. So check them out online at powercast979.com and download the Powercast app for free in the Google Play Store. And finally, even though I really don't talk too much about my personal life on this podcast, I also want to make the announcement that I'm going to be moving May 1st. So one, it's going to allow me to podcast more, create more content, stream more, and just expand our operation overall. So that's it for announcements. Now it's time for local events.
Here's what's happening in local events.
The Asbury Park Spring Bazaar at the Grand Arcade of Convention Hall, Asbury Park, New Jersey. Join us at the Asbury Park Spring Bazaar Mother's Day weekend, Saturday and Sunday, May 12th and 13th from noon to 5 p.m. in the historic Grand Arcade of Convention Hall in beautiful Asbury Park. The bazaar will feature craft and vintage vendors galore selling gifts, handcrafted goods, jewelry, art, and more. Featuring Mother's Day Sunday brunch at the Anchor's Bend, live music, DIY workshops, kids crafts, and more details coming soon. Tickets available at www.asburyparkbazaar.com. The Glenn Jones radio program featuring X-Ray Burns. Sundays 12 noon to 3 p.m. on 91.1 FM WFMU or listen online at WFMU.org. And also, the 83rd Annual Easter Pageant Parade, Sunday, April 1st, 2018, 1 p.m. at the Paramount Theater at Ocean Ave and 5th Ave. Free, no pre-registration required. Trophies, prizes, and gift certificates for best dressed in categories men, women, boys, girls, families, and unusual bonnets. Sponsored by the City of Asbury Park. For additional information, please call 732-502-5759. It's gonna be lit. You don't want to miss it.
Hello, Mr. Anderson. The NSA has noticed how much time you spend on conservative news sites. We have no choice but to consider you a domestic terrorist. Tired of your internet activity being monitored by Big Brother? Get virtualshield.com, the world's easiest to use virtual private network. Browse the web anonymously, leaving pesky advertisers and spies in the dust. Get started today at virtualshield.com. Take advantage of our free 30-day trial. Virtualshield.com. You have the right to remain private.
Are you looking for web hosting but don't know who to choose with so many choices out there? Well, you can't go wrong with Bluehost. Bluehost is a leading web solutions services provider. Since 2003, Bluehost has continually innovated new ways to deliver on their mission to empower people to fully harness the web. So sign up today. You get a free domain, free site builders, one-click WordPress install, and 24/7 support. And if you sign up now, you get a special introductory offer of $3.95 a month. To get started, go to bluehost.com/track/Black Helicopter News.
When news breaks in the tri-state area or the world, you will hear it here on WBHN New Jersey. You're listening to Black Helicopter News hosted by Andrew Robinson. Here's what's in the news.
PA school wants to arm students with rocks to protect them against active shooters. Blue Mountain School District Superintendent David Helsel made headlines recently after testifying to lawmakers at the state capitol that his students could be armed with rocks in case of an active shooter lockdown. His plan is, and I quote, "Every classroom will be equipped with a 5-gallon bucket of Riverstone," he told them. If an armed intruder attempts to gain entrance, they'll face a classroom full of students armed with rocks, and they will be stoned. He told Fox News on Friday he was surprised by the added media attention that he calls just a last resort. He said he received positive support from parents in the community. What do you think, folks? Is that ridiculous, or is that actually a good idea? Is thinking outside the box? I don't know, folks. What about when the kids start grabbing them and throwing them at each other? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. YouTuber found guilty of being grossly offensive for teaching a dog, a pug, a Nazi salute. Courts ruled that Mark Meechan, a.k.a. Count Dankula, knew what he was doing when he filmed a pug watching Hitler speeches. Mark Meechan, 30, uploaded a video of his dog named Buddha, a pug, to his Count Dankula YouTube channel in April 2016. The video reached more than 3 million views. After viewers complained about the hateful content, police arrested Meechan for hate speech. He claims he did it to piss off his girlfriend, who owns the pug. She told the Daily Record that the video was, quote, designed to annoy me, so he didn't tell me until it was done. He didn't expect it to go viral. Well, regardless, if it's punished as a hate crime under the Communications Act, he could be sentenced to up to 6 months in prison and required to pay a fine. Folks, I don't know. This just seems like the censorship is getting ridiculous. This is the sensitive world we are living in, and it's sad. What do you think, folks? Are people being sensitive? This is crazy. I saw the video. It wasn't that bad. It was kind of tasteless, but it wasn't. It was meant to be a joke. Next. I am not a lizard. Mark Zuckerberg is latest celebrity asked about reptilian conspiracy. So Mark Zuckerberg basically was at a Facebook Q&A town hall using a live streaming, right? And he was taking questions from people. So basically people are asking him about the artificial intelligence he's building and his entrepreneurship. Someone threw in there out of left field, they wanted to know if he was actually a reptile disguised as a human. Quote, Mark, are the allegations true that you're secretly a lizard? Zuckerberg read aloud. I'm going to have to go with no on that, was his reply. He added, quote, I am not a lizard. The Facebook founder paused, then called it a silly question and moved on to other topics. And an interesting part of this story was that in a poll by Public Policy Polling, and they said that 12 million people believed in the reptilian conspiracy. So I don't know, folks. What do you think? Do you believe in this? I'm gonna reserve judgment. I'm gonna just wait and see if many of the elite political leaders are reptilians in disguise. I mean, there's been videos of some of them being caught shape-shifting on camera, some of their eyes, or sometimes you see things mainly in the eyes. I don't know about you folks, but I don't know, but you picked a great time to send a fax, dude. I know you're doing medical stuff, sir. I understand, but we're sharing this office, and my rent I'm paying is going towards me talking shit on the radio, and I don't care if you're sending a fax. Stop. Yeah, thank you. I don't care if it's for a medical emergency. I paid the cost to be the boss. Okay. I'm just goofing, folks. I don't know if I'm going to keep that in. Folks, I don't know about you, but honestly, that sounds exactly like something a reptilian would say. If someone asks you, are you a lizard? And you say no, you could be keeping it a buck with me. But what if you really were one? You're not just going to say outright, your hypothesis is correct. I concur. What is our next step after that? We don't know. Well, we know we don't want to think about that. We do not want an actual confrontation with the elites, and we don't want a confrontation with the elites, especially if they are actually reptilian humanoid monsters. Right? Give us a minute, folks. We lost all of our tabs. It's a really sad story. I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments below. We'll be right back with more news.
Hi, my name's Johnny Slick, and I'm the host of the Straight Shot Radio podcast. With all the crazy health fads and fitness trends out there, it's hard to make sense of what's real and what's not. That's why each week I answer your health and fitness questions and interview doctors, coaches, trainers, athletes, and everyday gym goers to provide you with a no-nonsense approach to fitness knowledge. Straight Shot Radio is available on Podbean and iTunes, or you can check us out at straightshottraining.com.
Grammy Award winner and platinum recording artist, President Zen-1. His debut studio album, Philosopher's Stone, including the smash single, New World Order. President Zen-1, Philosopher's Stone, the digital album, available on iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Play, and cdbaby.com. Get your copy today.
You're listening to Black Helicopter News hosted by Andrew Robinson.
Nobody does it better.
And now here's what's in supernatural, paranormal, and strange news.
Also in the news, I remember I mentioned the U.S. military making lasers that create voices out of thin air. I went over that story. The audio was lost. I'm just going to sum it up for you. They're using lasers to create voices that sound like a quote-unquote haunted walkie-talkie. And all I really had to say about that was that is Project Bluebeam technology when they use the lasers at some point in the near future to stage an alien invasion. UFO invasion. What is this mysterious alien death cloud choking out the sky? This is on express.co.uk. Fears of alien invaders spraying poisonous chemicals in the sky were triggered after a mysterious cloud of brown gas appeared in the skies out of nowhere. I'm getting sick of these people printing when I'm trying to do a show here. All right, folks, so I'm going to blow through this article real quick because I actually recorded this and it got erased, and I don't want to be redundant and keep saying the same thing over again. So listen, folks, there was a UFO releasing a thick cover of dark brown smoke, and it was seen over the skies of Switzerland. I may have to record this part downstairs. But folks, let me just get to the point. I looked at the video, folks. It's this thing that's changing from yellow to yellow-white to green to yellow-white. It's changing colors. It's sitting in the air. Then it's just spewing forth. It's shitting out all of this brown smoke, right? And we're like, what? People are like, what is this? This woman seen it in her kitchen, and she was saying how this thing was just sitting for a few minutes, did what it did, disappeared, reappeared minutes later, and did the same thing again. Folks, what the heck is this? Is this a chemical gas, a toxic bioweapon from extraterrestrial humanoids? Put it this way, I saw the video. It does not look like a real ship by man-made ship. First of all, it's in the shape of a triangle. And second of all, it's changing colors in entirety, neon colors. And then, finally, the smoke, which I'm going to post this picture on Instagram at President Zen-1. It's just an immense amount. Okay, folks, I don't know what else to go on about this, but yeah, if you're interested, you can check out the link on the WBHN Podcast Network News Center on Facebook.
Q&A.
Unfortunately, we don't have anything in the mailbag today, but do you have a question or comment for WBHN-NJ? Leave us a voicemail and it may get played on the air. Call 1-732-807-5574 to leave your message for us here at the podcast. We always look forward to comments, questions, and what have you from literally all over the world, and we enjoy hearing what you have to say. So give us a call at 1-732-807-5574. And call it, and don't be bashful. Give us a ringy-ding. Don't feel shy to call in with your questions, comments. Call in with your ghost stories. Call in with your reports of UFO alien sightings and encounters. Or give us a clickety-clack and leave a comment. Save this number in your cell phone. Once again, that's 1-732-807-5574.
Andrew Robinson here. At Armageddon Record Shop, we've partnered with eBay to expand our operation. My goal is to find the best deals on the highest quality products and give them to you at the lowest prices possible. The New World Order wants us dependent. We need to be self-sufficient. Visit us at ebay.com/USR/Armageddon Record Shop. Books, video games, clothing, and much more. New items every month. Armageddon Record Shop on eBay.
Pump up the volume and let the music play. President Zen-1 and his new CD, Rorschach Test, featuring the smash single, Project Bluebeam. Rorschach Test, available on iTunes, CD Baby, Reverb Nation, and other fine music stores. You can buy my new CD, Rorschach Test and Philosopher's Stone, both for only $9.99. Check us out on Armageddon Records Shop or on eBay. I've got digital download cards of both EPs for sale, or just inbox us at zen1music@gmail.com. What are you waiting for?
You're listening to WBHN New Jersey, brought to you by the Armageddon Records Media Network, and made possible by viewers like you. This is a special report.
Mind control through the airwaves. This is on mysteriousuniverse.org. We like to think that we have free will and our decisions we make, thoughts, etc., are entirely our own, such as our identity, our characteristics, individuality, and so on and so forth. They're part of what make us unique. And that's also an integral part of the human experience, right? We're all on the same page here. Now, with all this being said, and I'm just giving a quick summary of this article for our special report, minimum edits, just think about this for a second. What if we were under the influence of outside forces, manipulated by, technically, the proper terminology is mind control, against our will? Against our will. It's terrifying, right? I know. We only see this in science fiction, but folks, why do science fiction, huh? Well, according to some, this is exactly what's happening for decades. Why do people come up with this thought out of left field? Well, there's a supposed technology that can be apparently used to reach out and subliminally influence us over the airwaves, called the silent sound spread spectrum, which was developed and patented. You can check the patent by Dr. Oliver Lowery of Norcross, Georgia. And he developed this in the 1950s and perfected it the following decades. It analyzes human brain patterns, and it gathers emotion signature clusters that can be synthesized, duplicated, and beamed out through various means in order to influence emotional states of human beings, humanoids at large. Now, the abstract for the patent reads, and I'm not going to read this whole piece, it uses very low or very high audio frequencies, ultrasonic frequencies, amplified, frequency modulated, propagated vibrationally, and it induces through loudspeakers, earphones, Beats by Dre, headphones. It induces, wait till you hear about this. So with TV or radio waves or television airwaves, schematics, folks, you don't even want to know, but what it says is to create fear, anxiety, hopelessness, despair. How many of us feel these feelings throughout our lives for no reason? You've ever had that feeling for no reason? Me too. It makes you wonder, folks, because the technology exists where they could be doing this purposely to control us, because that's what the social engineers do, is they work on perfecting their control over us. Folks, they're using electromagnetics. It's hard to fight against that. But that's going to wrap up this special report. What do you guys think of this? Do you think it's true? Do you know it's true? Me, I'm going to reserve judgment as always. I'm interested in your opinion. Sound off in the comment box.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people. Our government was responsible for the deaths of almost 100,000 people. You really want to know?
Several party members have been murdered, Chief Inspector.
We're interrupting your regularly scheduled program to bring you this terrifying report.
It was almost as if it were a planned implosion. It just
pancakes.
Jane, what more can you tell us about the Salomon Brothers building and its collapse?
New York, very much a city still in chaos. The phones are not working properly. The subway lines are not working properly.
The sky now black with smoke in front of us. Just across the Tigris River here. This is shock and awe, Tom, to the population of Baghdad. Shock and awe, indeed.
The people you liberate will witness the honorable and decent spirit of the American military.
Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists.
Come on.
It is a big idea, a new world order.
I love my dad. I'd kill for him. I'd go to prison for him because I love him so much.
I love Bill Clinton. What does that make Hillary Clinton to the Bush family?
My sister-in-law.
When you are subverting the power of government, that's a fundamentally dangerous thing to democracy.
What do you think of Edward Snowden?
I think he's a traitor.
Obama is the one that kills the U.S. troops if the Russians bomb any of them. Obama is the one that put them in harm's way. Obama is the one using them as human shields.
It is the most corrupt, degenerate, criminal government in American history.
I'm here to warn people. You keep telling me to shut up. This isn't a game. Welcome to America, ISIS. This is what we do. Woo! We got people that have taken your asses out in this building right now. We're armed to the teeth, and we're not scared. You got that, you sons of bitches?
In 2012, your agency was saying, quote, the Salafists, the Muslim Brotherhood, and Al-Qaeda in Iraq are the major forces driving the insurgents in Syria. In 2012, the US was helping coordinate arms transfers to those same groups. Why did you not stop that?
Why didn't you come forward before? What were you waiting for?
Well, for you, Inspector. I needed you. I suddenly had this feeling that everything was connected. We're all part of it. Are we ready for it?
You're listening to Black Helicopter News.
And now, on a lighter note, here's what's making headlines in pop culture, comic book, and entertainment news.
Moon Knight TV series, ex-Daredevil showrunner wants one. Some diehard Marvel Comics fans have been lobbying for a Moon Knight series on Netflix since the 5 original series were announced. And now, former Daredevil showrunner Stephen S. DeKnight has joined the chorus of people pleading for a TV adaptation of the character. There's been rumors and rumblings we mentioned once before on the podcast of Moon Knight getting his own show. Now, nothing's ever been made official, but at least somebody is going public and making a public statement. And he says, I quote, I wouldn't mind taking a crack at Moon Knight at some point, he told IGN, though he has projects in the pipeline that would possibly get in the way of that if it happened. But still, folks, we need a Moon Knight series on Netflix. If you don't know the story, check out, there's some origin stories on YouTube, Comics Explained. You can also just YouTube, Wikipedia it. Alright, folks. Next, Pacific Rim Uprising director wants to make a 60s set Doom Patrol movie. With Pacific Rim Uprising arriving in theaters nationwide, director Stephen S. DeKnight, we just had an article on him, is immersed in a world where giant robots fight enormous monsters with humanity at stake. However, he wants to, when asked by CBR which superhero franchise he'd like to tackle, his answer, DC's Doom Patrol, of course. Quote, so I looked at Doom Patrol at DC. Something like that you can sink your teeth into and make it a little quirky. I'd love to get my hands on something like a Doom Patrol, something a bit lesser known. Doom Patrol set in the 60s would be heaven. Now, introduced in 1963 in DC's My Greatest Adventure, number 80, the Doom Patrol, dubbed on the cover as the world's strangest heroes, is a team of super-powered misfits who see their abilities as a curse rather than a gift. Folks, that's cool. I've always been a fan of Doom Patrol. When I was doing, about 7 years ago when I was doing rap, I wanted to make my crew named Doom Patrol. That would be great to see them get their own movie. Okay. Are you interested in seeing that movie, or are they too obscure for you? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, folks, we got time for one more story. So, folks, from here on out, I'm going to be trying to squeeze in an interesting music industry, hip-hop related entertainment piece of news in here in this segment. So, for this week's one, I wanted to talk about Tekashi 6ix9ine, his interview on The Breakfast Club. This is a great interview. It had several funny moments. This was a great clip that I had to share. Tekashi 6ix9ine giving the business to Charlemagne the God. We've got a clip. Roll it.
Man, I'm telling you,
you don't got no Billboard records.
Famous last words.
You don't got listen, Charlemagne. You don't got no Billboard records.
Yeah, because I got a nationally syndicated radio show.
You don't got no Billboard records.
I got a nationally syndicated radio show. I got a New York Times best-selling book. I've had hit TV shows. I executive produce a lot of TV shows. I got movies.
To be honest, if it wasn't for this, I would have never heard about you.
That's cool. If it wasn't for you,
I'm telling you right now. You say you got a what executive radio show?
Don't worry about it. I don't do nothing.
All right.
Okay, cut the clip. So, folks, what do you think of this artist? He's got rainbow teeth. He's got rainbow hair. He's got a tattoo of the doll from that movie, Saw, on his face. Do you like this artist? Let me know in the comments below. I mean, he does have 5 current hits on the Billboard Top 100, so... Alright, that's going to wrap up this segment. Stamp of approval is next.
And now, the presidential stamp of approval.
Today's stamp of approval I bestow upon Hop Devil IPA by Victory Brewing. Bold, spicy, and menacingly delicious. This American hopped IPA offers an aromatic punch and follows through with a lasting, full-bodied finish. ABV 6.7. Check them out online, victorybrewing.com. That is certainly going to wrap up this week's edition of the podcast. So, what are your thoughts on anything, as I always say throughout the show? Let me know in the comment box, folks. Let me know on Twitter at President Zen-1. All right, folks, thank you for joining me. And for the WBHN podcast, I'm President Zen-1, signing off. Make it a great day.
They said in October I'd be dead in 6 months. It's also what happens when you listen to the radio host who claims that 9/11 and the Oklahoma City bombings were inside jobs. He even said, and this really just is so disgusting, he even said the victims of the Sandy Hook massacre were child actors and no one was actually killed there. I don't know what happens in somebody's mind or how dark their heart must be to say things like that.